It's a gamble. It's a gamble. You know, I left my apartment today thinking there's got to be a shift that there's nothing to talk about. The industry is too new. None of the glitches are worked out. I have a few things to tell you. Well, the first one. Hello, guys. Good evening. Kind of quiet, but I didn't head out till 9 o'clock. It's the end toward this summer. It's quiet. I'm even in Long Beach. I was hoping they would send me to Mickey D's in Long Beach. Nope. So I got gas. I topped it off for the weekend. And I made a few bucks. I have Uber Eats on. Maybe I got a couple of more Mickey D's before I head home. That's it. I took one GrubHub order. And it was in Belmore. At this yoga place. I think it's called the Yoga Place. They have all those, I know I'm not saying it right, Aki bowls, ACAI bowls, and stuff like that. Excuse me. About a month ago, I met this gentleman that lives in Freeport. He's probably a little older than me. Needs the money, he's doing his thing. Very nice man. So I tell him about Stride Tax. He thanked me. I saw him at the yoga place. Get this shit. Now, this has happened to me once with GrubHub, and I had to ask him, I'm like, were you on a block? And he said, no, I wasn't. He's really hard up for the money. He wants to work, Well, he wouldn't have done it. He was in Freeport. They sent him to Lindenhurst, and we compared our regions on the phone. And when he got there, he was just about there. He got there. You know what? No, let me get this straight. He said he got there, and the order was canceled. But I said canceled. Then he goes, they didn't contact me or anything. Canceled. He goes, they told me I called up customer care, and they told me that it was reassigned. They're taking advantage of someone. That's, we've spoken, and he said, because of you, I do this. Because of you, I do that. And I said, thank you very much. It's good, because that's how I learned. You help each other. That's nasty. Real nasty. So we took this gig, the yoga palace, the yoga place. That's mean, guys. That's a long haul. Our regions are the same. Valley Stream. Well, I think I'm past Valley Stream. It's like, there's a main strip. Hook Brook Road or something that is just past the Green Acres Mall to Lindenhurst. And they have sent me past the Lindenhurst out of my region before. That's a hike. That's really mean. So he told me he stopped taking the $3 and $4 orders because he's learning as he's going. I said, yeah, don't take those orders. It's not even worth it. We discussed this and discussed that. He's learning the hard way. Like I did. Like even though I watch videos, you know how you all get better when you're doing it. You're on the road, you're doing it. You learn the shortcuts. You learn what works, what don't work. We discussed about the quietness on the weekends. I said, once fall comes, you're going to be slamming all the time. It's the hottest summer. August is quiet. I said, I didn't take my first order until like 9. There was no point. That's nasty. That's really mean. Everything will start coming back to me. Let me Oh, last night. Let me start with last night. I got to think. My very last order, I got that free food from the Croxy Ale House. This is on, right? It's quiet tonight. I thought maybe if I stayed over here, it would kick in. What are you going to do? I didn't want to go all the way to Massapequa tonight. I wasn't in the mood. I'm sure it's busy there. Friday's a hit or miss. Even when it's winter out, Fridays aren't the busiest day. So it was good. I had some bar wings that I haven't had in years. They were really good. And then I ate the cheese tater tots today. That's all I ate. Talk about filling. And I have an order of mozzarella sticks. I'll eat them tomorrow. And they paid me. The person, I can see the light on. It's 12:30 at night. I rang the doorbell. I called. I texted. Then I called Uber. They asked me to wait, and I did wait. I waited another 5 minutes. And I went home. That was it for me last night. I'm happy I hung in there, because today was a bust. But at least I did 2 orders with Uber, and both of them gave me a $5 tip, which is pretty nice. So that happens to all of us. They use people. That's nasty that GrubHub did that. But when you're not on a block, it's a gamble. It's not guaranteed. They got someone else to do it for cheaper. And that man drove all the way to Lindenhurst. That's mean. And he lives in Freeport. Real mean. Not a nice thing to do. I'll go to TGI Friday, see if I get a couple of rings late. If not, I'll call it a night. I guess I'll just go out tomorrow night. I did a lot of work online today, a lot of learning. And I did laundry and I colored my hair. I really wanted to be out and about working. However, with my experience and my knowledge, if I did this for a job, my minimum pay would be at least $55,000 for the year. I know what I'm doing. Word fence. It's just, there really is nothing like learning to do it on your own. Knowledge is power. And I really thought it was on GoDaddy's end because I couldn't open up my WordPress administrative area, the back end. And the one site they fixed like that, so they blamed it on WordFence. I'm like, WordFence was made for WordPress. They were like, you should use our service. I use 3 things with GoDaddy. Don't lose me using those 3 things. You know? And then I went out late, but I really wanted to go out earlier today. But when you're doing that kind of work, hours. Literally 4 hours on chats and learning and studying them. A lot more knowledgeable. You know what? I'm going to go down the street. I did watch some videos. That's something I wanted to share with you. I watched, oh no, tease me. I'll pull over for a second. I watched Team LMDU. He did, I happen to agree with him. He spoke about, on his lunch break, Uber Eats did a video about how to handle when people answer the door naked. And he's right. That's happened to him. When you're delivering and they're trying to make light of it because it is an uncomfortable situation. People are crazy. I feel uncomfortable when I deliver to young men and they come out of the house and they like have their underwear on, and you know, young guys are just, they're easily excitable, you know, and they have no clothes on, they just have a pair of shorts, and it's not even, you know, proper. I feel uncomfortable when that happens, but that's just me. And I also watched, No Limitation Rideshare. He showed that video about to drive out of his zone. Now, I wasn't aware of that. I don't know if you can turn here. I wasn't aware of that. Go over the zone, they just stop and they don't pay you. And I learned about the insurance that they're covered. They're covered up to $1 million. And the woman wanted him to drive over his zone. She just had a chip on her shoulder. He conducted himself very professional. He did. I still wouldn't want to drive people around. I learned a lot by that video. I watched it twice. I was like, but that's the kind of nonsense I would never tolerate. He was very good. And there is a level of professionalism that you need to keep when you're doing those ride shares. That is for sure. You know, you got to be very careful. She was mumbling. She had a chip on her shoulder. She seemed moody. Why? Who knows? It's very quiet tonight, guys. Very quiet. And what else? I watched T-Mail MDU. Oh, and I just watched Paid to Drive. About, most of it, about the DoorDash not changing their ways. They lied. The CEO or whoever he is, the owner, lied about the tips to the people who are just still doing DoorDash. I think a lot of things are going to go down in the fall. I think September is going to be a big blow for the companies are just going to branch out and just, I think there's going to be a lot of things going on after the summer. A lot of these big companies, they're smart, and that's why I'm doing it, because you learn, you work harder behind the scenes when it's dead and nobody's working, because then you know it's going to come back to you. I just have a feeling there's going to be a lot of craziness. I can't believe I haven't been rung like in 40 minutes. Maybe I'll get lucky and get one more Mickey D's. I'm going home. No point staying out if there's no business. So that's that. Can't believe, you know what, I shouldn't say I can't believe it. It's expected. He goes, they just didn't even call me to tell me that they reassigned it. And he made it to Lindenhurst. You know, they're screwing, very mean. Maybe I should have stayed near Wantuan stuff. But I'll suck it up tomorrow night, Sunday. This car had all these balloons out. I don't want to go to Wantuan and then nothing happened. Last Saturday it got busy around this time. I don't think it's going to happen tonight on a Friday night. So check out No Limitation Rideshare. And when she got out of the car, he let loose. Very funny. But he acted like a professional. He's making a living out of it. He knows what to do. That's the way to do it. Well, who's ever watching, I'm happy you joined in, because it's going to be short. Gotta head home. I think that was it. I thought my very first order with Uber, this is something I've never done. And I got 2 $5 tips with the 2 orders, which I'm very grateful for. Not going to say where it was, because I don't want to get the employees in trouble. And I went in, it was a double pickup. And they told me that the shake machine was broken. So I thought I would help and give a ring. And I said, oh, they won't let me call until you say pick up. And then the customer number becomes available. So they just credit the account and gave me the food. They were slamming. And the woman just wanted to... I've been in their shoes. They were sweating. They were slammed. I said, oh my God, these poor people. I would never want to go through life like that after 30, you know. When I was in my 20s and stuff, I was really into it. I was a really good worker. But jobs have changed. So I said, okay, I'm going to bring this to the car. I'm going to get my wallet. I ended up calling the customer after I said I had the food. I said, if you reimburse me, I'll get you the drink. They were like, thanks. Sure. So I went back in. I went to go grab the drink. I didn't want to start off a night, you know, on a bad note. And the restaurant said, oh, that's for the customer. Well, you know, the machine was broken down. What do you mean the shake machines are down? It does happen. So they told me to take the drink and didn't charge me. So I made sure the customer knew that. I was like, no, they didn't charge me. They told me, you know, don't worry about it. The machine was broken. They felt bad. So about an hour ago, I got 2 $5 tips from Uber Eats. All right. You know how it pops up? It says you got a tip. Wow. It's quiet. It does happen. Maybe I should have stayed in Wantor. Then they would have had me in Massapequa. I'm not feeling it. I'll hang in there tomorrow night. If I go out, I really don't know what else to do until August is over. I might as well just work evenings and work on my business. I understand WordFence. I never thought I would get this far and understand so much. I understand so much. WordPress is the most targeted content management system on the web. And it's in the core file of my WordPress website. And there's 2 /. Why? That's how malicious code starts. And that's where WordFence comes into play. They gave me the warning 2 hours later with GoDaddy because they really thought it was on, they even thought it was on their host because they fixed the other one, the other website. It was a real learning kind of day. I'm like, you know, I should study coding. I'm holding myself back. I have what it takes. I never thought I would get into, do I really want to study coding? Yes, I do. So now I have to wait till WordFence contacts WordPress and saying, why can't we don't have permission to change it. I could fix it. I was like, well, I could do it myself. And they told me I don't have access. I don't have permission to touch the core file, the root file. It's my website. Why don't I? And I said, you know, I should study code. Because I figured that out today. Why can't I fix that myself? I have to wait on someone else? I do. I have to wait on someone else. It's their business. WordFence was created for WordPress. And it's security. It's for antivirus, hackers, prevents hacking. And that's the start of malicious code, when you have somebody tweaking in your code. Wow. I had this last time. That's great. I can't believe I haven't been rung in almost an hour. That's rare. So rare. Study while summer's here. Well, nobody wants to chat. Okay. I'm happy you joined in for a few. That's a true story with that GrubHub guy. I felt really bad for him. I was like, that's happened to me. I feel real bad for you. That's a bunch of bullshit, really. And he's doing it because he has to. I mean, the guy's older than me. I felt really bad for him. And he's learning the hard way like most of us did. How can you expect someone to drive that far and not even call them to say it was reassigned? I mean, what a nasty thing to do to someone. But he was off block, and they probably got someone to do it less. He said $40-something they were willing to pay him. They took it away. That's bad. I went, $40? And he was like, yeah. I was like, wow, they probably had nobody. I mean, I'm driving around, it's dead. But then if it's dead, people aren't in the field. They got someone to do that order. And probably for half the price. I've gone to Lindenhurst for $22. Let me shut off these apps. Hold on. Done. Not worth it. Very quiet night. What else? That's it. But there's always something to say, something to tell you. I mean, I didn't want to ruin the kid's night, and he ended up giving me a $5 tip. That young man, he was a teenager. When I pulled up to the house, I could see the two teenagers setting the table, eagerly waiting for their food. I don't want to say what place because I don't want to get the employees in trouble, but they did a swap because they didn't have the product they wanted, you know? Hey, C. Shelley, I saw that you did a video talking about which is more dangerous. I'm going to listen to that tomorrow. That's going to be my entertainment tomorrow. How's it going? I'll probably listen to you tomorrow. I did that last week on Saturday. I caught you live. I remember. So for me not to get rung for an hour, it's slow. I'm going to get up nice and early tomorrow, go to the gym that I planned on today. And maybe, what is this? Maybe I'll do some late morning deliveries. I'm home this early. I'm showered. My hair's colored. I did laundry. I worked online. Maybe tomorrow's meant to be. Maybe I'll go out in the morning, swipe online about 10 o'clock. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't done that since June. And see if I get some orders early and then go back out at night. Man, maybe that's what it's meant to be, you know? Doing well. How are you? Oh. Acronyms. All right. Feel really bad for somebody in the field because GrubHub used them and did something nasty. That's happened to me. But I'm generally okay. I went live every night this week. I haven't done that in a long time. Got to do it sometimes. So I'm going to head on up and get a good night's sleep and get up nice and early. I really wanted to go to the gym. When you sit a lot in front of the computer and then you sit in the car, got to go to the gym and, you know, walk the treadmill for at least an hour. Move that bottom. That's what I'm going to do. And I think I'll deliver tomorrow. Late morning into early afternoon. Take the afternoon off. I think that's a good plan. But what videos? Oh, some of them throughout the week? Yeah. It's hard to believe I actually had something to share tonight. I was barely out. Oh my God. There's always something going on with these apps, these gigs. They're such users. Huh. What a mean thing to do to someone. But you know that's the way it is. We are the guinea pigs. That is for sure. So I'm gonna thanks, C. Shelley. So, C. Shelley, I'm gonna hit the road. I thought I'd share that story. I'm sure I'll go live late tomorrow night. And I'll share all the information. I'm sure something will happen. Thank you for joining in, everyone. Tonight was a bust. No business tonight. Very quiet. It's eerie. Caramel King, what's going on? How you been? Caramel King, I'm going to get going. I'm going to push it tomorrow. Since I'm home early and I got everything I needed to get done for this weekend, I'm going to get up, gym it, and I'm going to head out tomorrow. Late morning, early afternoon, and I'm going to go out tomorrow night. Keep an eye out tomorrow night. I'll go live late. Nobody rang me for an hour, Caramel. An hour. This wasn't meant to be tonight. Okay, guys. Sorry, Caramel. I got to call it. Gotta go. I'll see you guys soon. That sounds... yes. Well, Friday nights aren't great. Fridays are always a hit or miss, even in the winter. But this was eerie. This is like, it's the end of this, it's like the calm before the storm. You know how that goes. All right, guys. I see more people joining in, but I'm going to get going now. I'll see you soon. I'm not being rude. I'll go live tomorrow night. And I'll be watching you tomorrow, C. Shelley. I'll catch up. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye, guys.